Who do you permit access to your emotional world? Many of you would say less than 5 people, but I would urge you to maybe stretch that number, because I feel as though that is untrue. I think most of us actually grant many more people than we might assume to our inner worlds. Every like, every comment, every share, every follow, that is an emotional engagement. And in this day and age, that like and follow is usually not a singular act. It is one that compounds. So the influencer that you feel inspired by, the artist that you've been listening to since you were a child. This is something we become familiar to, being at the command of somebody else's inner world. And that's not always sinister or malicious. Sometimes it is the greatest way to connect with a human being that you may not otherwise be able to communicate intimately with. And still, it is deeply concerning, because I cannot imagine this many people being as enthralled and engrossed in themselves as they are by the individual that they perceive from the audience. And I think that says something profound about our society. That in order to access the depths of our being, in order to be permitted to emote in a singular setting, we must be invoked by someone else. We realize then that we grant emotional access to almost everybody but ourselves. Why is that? Why is it that somebody else can access your inner world with more skill and ease than you can? And what is it that we are lacking in our society that leads us to this place of being so bereft from ourselves that we can only find our way home if somebody else takes our hand and guides us the whole way? I wonder if we got to a place in society where this amount of people were not called to their inner worlds by somebody else, and we're not brought to a state of emotional receptivity simply by orbiting somebody else's gravity. That maybe instead they might be called to that same level of emotional resonance by being in the presence of their own solace. What might that do for our society? To be so intoxicated by your own inner being that you yourself bring yourself to tears. You bring yourself to a state of awe, of inspiration, of hope, of grief, of every human feeling that we can imagine. Every ineffable sensation that somebody else can inspire in you. What if you became so intimate with yourself that you might evoke those feelings in your own being? I think we are in a state of society where self-abandonment is not only the most traveled path, it is somehow the only path we are taught to travel. So I implore you, please try to find ways to be so inspired by your presence that it is you yourself that evokes that emotional activation. It is not somebody else's life's work. It is not the artistic expression of another person. It's not the words that even I'm saying that activates you. It is you yourself in your existence. Because that is a kind of self-love that is unintelligible. It's not one you can put into words. It is something you simply feel. That is my vision for this world. That we become so connected to our inner spirits that no one else can quite access the depths of our being in the way that we might. And so from that, we receive a revelation, not from some place beyond, but from something intrinsic that lies inside of us. Okay, that's kind of all I had to share. Going to a concert of a performer that I've always really appreciated definitely stirred something in me, and I'm surprised that it was more so the audience than anything else that inspired this feeling in me. So if you'd like to add anything to this conversation, I welcome you to doing so down below. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. You know what to do.